Okay, so you've probably looked at a chessboard and thought, yeah, I'm just sticking to checkers. This game looks way too complicated. Or you've probably heard the big names like Bobby Fischer, Judith Polgar, Magnus Carlsen, and so on, but I'm here to teach you how to play chess and to show you that it's really not even that complicated of a game once you learn it. Chess is a board game that simulates two kingdoms in battle. It involves two sides, white and black. It is thought to have originated in India 1500 years ago, and the purpose of chess is to checkmate the king, which is this piece here. And when checkmate is when the king is put in check and is unable to get out of check. So the pieces to chess. This is a pawn. The pawn is the lowest ranking piece of the game. They can only move once, but on the first move, they can move twice. They capture diagonally. The second piece, the bishop, can move as far diagonally as possible. The knight is a piece that moves one square right and two squares up, creating an L shape. They are the only pieces that can jump over other pieces. And then we have the rook. It looks a lot like a castle. They can move as far to the left, right, up or down as they want. And then the queen. The queen is the most powerful piece to the game. It can move in any direction as far as possible. And then we have the king. The king is the most important piece, as it is necessary to keep the game in play. It can move in any direction once, and it is best, and if lost, that will result in a checkmate, with the other side losing. Now, how to set up the board. For the first row, going from the left, you have the rook, following the knight, the bishop, the queen going on the same color square of the same colored side, the king on the other, and then the other side just reflecting. And then for the second line, just all pawns. Okay, so for the rules of chess, white always moves first. The pieces of the same color cannot bump into or go over each other side of the knight, which is the only piece that can jump over other pieces. Capturing is whenever one piece of one side takes the other piece of another side. Checks are when the king is in danger because of another piece's availability to move into that area. And so the king must get out of the danger zone. And finally, the culmination of the game is checkmate, which is the act of checking the king, but the king cannot move to anywhere safely because that area is also covered by the enemy. So there are a few special rules to chess. One is the en passant capture, which is French for in passing. It's when a pawn moves out two squares on its first move and lands on the side of an enemy pawn. The enemy pawn can also capture this pawn by moving to the square in front of it. Pawn promotion. Whenever a pawn reaches the other side of the board, they have the ability to become any other piece that they want to, side of a king or stay as a pawn, including a queen, bishop, knight, or rook. And castling. Castling is when the space between a rook and a king is open. The player can castle, which is moving the king two squares over and the rook on the square to the right of the king. It must be the king and the rook's first move, and the king cannot castle while in check or moving in or going through check. Practice. Practice is vital to develop your skills in refining chess. Learning moves, studying strategies, observing styles of play, and reviewing games from professional players are keys to becoming a better chess player. Another way is practice makes perfect, refining your chess skills by practicing and playing. In conclusion, chess is a fun strategy-based board game that hosts skill and intuition. It is a fun way to relax and is attributed to improving mental health, and the cognitive functions of the brain. Thank you.